Mama, na digital blessing. High tech, they rise, no stressing. Money boy on the beat. I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough, we go down. Now only young we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we grow. High tech, na juju money. Juju money. Price, they rise infinitely. My God, dash us this blessing. This blessings. Digital money, no go rest, oh. No rest. Sharp pattern, they confirm. Every trader, they affirm. All time high, no be ceiling. Market makers, them, they feeling. My brother, check.
Okay, I think everything should be working fine. Allow me quickly to check if that indeed is the case. Lovely, yes, it is. It is indeed. So we can start. My name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin. And on this live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, in the cryptocurrency sphere, what I think about it, and I comment on Hightech as well, what has been going on my meme coin. Okay, let me quickly check. Let me quickly check if everything is fine, but apparently yes. So I think we can start now. Let's go to the main screen. I almost said mainstream too. No, this is not a mainstream, of course, but we are going to mainstream. This is my meme coin. High tech, of course. I highly encourage you to throw at it a buck or two, $1 or two. I think it's going to serve you very well, especially that we're slowly picking up interest in on meme coin share stream in United States, as you see. Last week it was at 18. Today, even though it's just second day of collecting data from this interval, we are already also at 18. So that clearly means the final score is going to be higher here, because we have still how many days? 4 days remaining, right? So it definitely will have to be higher. So since we are so low, the growth potential from here is absolutely immense. Allow me to switch here to live chat. If you guys have any questions, of course, write them here. I will see them in this section here in live chat. If you watch it on Rumble, on YouTube, or wherever else, I will see it here. Maybe with the exception of X. That one I'm not entirely sure. So that's why I think it will be a little bit safer if I turn it on my phone instead. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, and now I'll be seeing everything. So as you see, Bitcoin keeps hanging on above 108,000, which is good. Right now it's moving in this somewhat tight range of only 2% here, in between 110, 108, 110, 111 maybe. So it's good, it's good, of course. In the meantime, Ethereum is trying to climb higher successfully. As you see, just literally 1 hour ago, we were around 2,900. As you see, I'm in a trade on Ethereum, which right now is 9% over 9% in profit. That's of course very nice to see. And the overall crypto market is heading upwards. I mean, at least that's what we can tell by judging judging what kind of market structure we see being printed on those aggregated charts, right? Like for example, others Yesterday, as you see, has closed fairly high, nicely high. So the day before yesterday, we went above 250. Yesterday, we confirmed that we are not coming back. We stayed above 250, and on top of that, the whole candle body of the daily was closed above that level. I consider in between 200, 245, 250 billion dollars level a very significant on this chart. And if you are closing, the whole candle bodies above it, that is a good sign. Even if it's a red one like today, which by the way it is very possible that it still is going to close in green, because we still have almost 6 hours left for this daily close. So I would definitely not neglect that possibility. It is going to end up like that. Bitcoin dominance is collapsing as you see. Second daily candle of reduction. With candle body, we are scoring a new high against a new low, sorry, against this one, which is definitely something not to deny, not to subestimate, underestimate. Especially, and on top of that, we already made also a new lower low with the week, right? So we achieved it in both dimensions, candle bodies and the wicks too, and that is very telling. That at least should suggest to analysts, should suggest to algorithms that Bitcoin dominance is losing steam. I've been saying it, right? I've been saying that is likely to happen because I was indicating this rising wedge formation here. Also pointing out that this is really, really high, way above 50% level, right? And the closer we approach 100% here, the harder it should become, at least in theory, for Bitcoin to steal more of that dominance. And yeah, that's why it was definitely to be expected that at some point it will have to give up. It will lose power, and every single instance of a reduction like this can unfold into something really, really epic. Hence the title, Valhalla is coming. I think we are literally standing in front of the gates of Valhalla, and what will happen in upcoming weeks is going to be absolutely epic. Mainly on the altcoin side, the meme coin side, altcoin side. Bitcoin definitely is going to have some growth too. I mean, because the narrative around strategic Bitcoin reserve is strengthening, is thickening. There is more and more entities globally interested in accumulating Bitcoin. So, of course, that will have to bring an impact. But I think, given how much the altcoin market, the meme coin market is oversold, I think the growth will manifest the most there, at least for upcoming few months, right? I think the danger zone starts in fourth quarter. This quarter and the next quarter, at least in theory, should be very positive. I think we literally have all of the points collected, all of the attributes attributes of strength gathered in order to see a really, really nice release. The first quarter being that ugly, it was, of course, hugely helps uh, to the entire setup that we are having right now, and it's slowly manifesting. So yeah. So yeah, I think I continue the optimistic my optimistic vision of what is ahead of us. Those that watch me for some time already, for some weeks, some months, you guys know very well. I was saying from the very beginning, back from this moment here, from those times, I was saying we are heading up. Don't fade this market. We are definitely not going lower. It's very, very highly unlikely that is the end of the cycle. It would literally make no sense from various angles. And as you see, I was right. It's not like I'm always right, but when I'm right, I'm really right. When I'm wrong, I'm slightly wrong. When I'm right, I'm really, really right. And that's generally the way the trading is, right? You can be wrong 20 times in a row, and as long as those mistakes are small, it's okay. What you need to be doing, what you need to do to be able to win here in this game is to make your wins big, right? To make sure that when you are right, you are hugely right, and that's literally documented on both of my YouTube channels, my Polish YouTube channel, my English YouTube channel, my Rumble, my X. When I'm right, I'm really right, and that is what counts. That is what makes that lifetime once in a lifetime opportunity. And yeah, I think it is worth to subscribe to my channels. I think the biggest chance of being right ever uh, I have about my meme coin. I take, of course, link in the description section of this live stream if you watch it on YouTube or if you watch it on Rumble. In my bio section on X, you can find a mint address on. I mean, for this to this meme coin. It's a Solana meme coin, so you have to search for it on Solana indexes. And I think it's enough if you get yourself literally a couple of bucks worth of it to sometime even this year gain a countable amount of money. So yeah, I've been saying it for months already when this coin was worth literally a couple of bucks, and right now it's 150 bucks. So that definitely has come to realization, and I'm absolutely sure that it will continue to positively surprise. And given that I did that is the only project I promote now everywhere on all of my social media, and right now we are at low interest around crypto space. So when that interest kicks off, it will of course as well manifest on the chart of my meme coin. So getting in right now, you are getting in very, very early, and that's what you want to do. That's where you want to be. You want to be in a given market in the earliest day possible. So let's take a look at how S&P has been doing today, because it's Wednesday today. So S&P is having a slightly red day. On the other hand, we are giving back a little bit what we have earned first days of this week, but as you see, we did not negate. Negate. Actually, no. What we've been earning since Friday last week, but we have not negated. We have not negated gains that started on Monday. Right now, we are having so much sharp decline. But that's only natural to have a little bit of a correction. We are still not done trading yet. Yeah, definitely we are still far from over. We'll be trading until 8 UTC, 8 p.m. UTC. So yeah, all of this thing can retrace, it can recover. So yeah, no panic. How Bitcoin is reacting to it? Is Bitcoin following it or is Bitcoin ignoring it? Yeah, so far it's following. That's also to be expected. So Bitcoin more often than not goes after S&P. So that is the case now as well. But judging by market structure, this tiny market structure here, so far everything is okay, is correct. So yeah, if I were you, I would not be shorting this. If you happen to open a short trade from time to time, I would definitely not be shorting it. Even though to some it could look good. I think right now the wind is blowing so hard north. It's a huge risk. It's putting yourself on the worst worst side of the fence if you are trying to short it. I think it's much better if you are looking for a long setups than for short setups. Uh, that is where the win lays. But hey, at the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. Most of people have to lose money here, otherwise it would never be possible to actually make any money in this business. There must be vast majority that is ready and willing to give away their money to those that are better than them. That's literally the name of this game. So yeah, crypto fear and greed index, as you see, yesterday what I was at 65, so slightly. I mean, it's today, but in reality, it's from yesterday because it's this indicator lags by 1 day. Yes, the day before yesterday it was 64, so we have slight bump up, nothing huge. Definitely still very cold. So yeah, there is nothing that could back up a speculation that we are just roll over. Definitely not. When you go over to liquidation levels, still low. Bitcoin below $50 million. It's seven, so that's something. Most of them being shorts liquidated naturally because Ethereum is climbing up. It will probably stay this way for quite some time. Why? Because Ethereum has been underperforming a lot recent over 1 year. I think I will not lie if I put it that way. So people get used to you know having position of strength when shorting Ethereum. I don't think now is the time for it because TradFi is allocating into Ethereum probably because Ethereum staking is coming to spot ETFs. That will give it a huge boost. So I think yeah, anyone shorting Ethereum for the next 4 months is going to be suffering a lot. Let's take a look how gold is doing today, but tokenized gold. This one, this one is okay. For now, is actually going sideways. For now, it's going sideways. On the daily, it actually maintains the uptrend. It maintains the uptrend. So I think my thesis about dollar depreciation, the dollar the evaluation is being proven here, and we are going to see both of those markets. Both, I mean, all of the markets, risk on and risk off rising. Why? Because they will be simply injecting dollars into American economy from every single side possible. Dollar will be falling, everything will be strengthening against the dollar, and that is why gold is strengthening too. As you see right now, it's maintaining this uptrend here, and that will be very very tricky for those that are used to the thinking that if gold goes up, then risk on assets must go down, right? Well, that's not the case in conditions of high printing, and yeah, I think that is literally our reality right now. All right, what else can I review here? Let's take a look at crypto bubbles, how the altcoin market is doing. A little bit of red, most of colors that most of them most dominating color here is definitely green, but with a little bit of red, as you see. My impression is that we have slightly more green than red. I don't know, maybe in your case you see it different. Not so bad, eh? Not so bad. I mean, if for example, Kaya has grown plus 26% in since or last 24 hours, that's not bad. Ravencoin plus 20, RPL plus 16. On the other hand, the biggest reduction is what is is anime minus 15. No, sorry, BMT minus 17.7, right? So even if we compare biggest loss against biggest gain, the gain not only compensates the loss, but also gives a little bit on top, right? Like Kaya for here, right? Plus 26. So minus 70.8 again against plus 26. So it's, sort of confirms what I think I see here. But remember, I do not trade based on what I think I see in the chart or charts. I always leave trading to my fully automated systems. That's how I make my living. And whatever I discuss here is just a loose talk. Indirect exposure to my trading systems, you can gain it through my meme coin, of course. What I recommend before the high interest around cryptocurrencies will kick in, will be injected with mainstream media into retail investors. I think this is one of the best opportunities that you can find around the internet right now. And yeah, if you throw at it like $1 or $2, let's be honest, you don't risk anything. And if I'm right, if I'm correct, you're going to earn real money with it. My X account, how long have I been talking to you guys? Or is it 21 minutes? Okay, so it's not too long. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look quickly at the Google Trends as well. Back again. So meme coins, for example, is still the read here, still lower this week than the last week. As we have discussed before, meme coin search term is on pair as, or it was on pair. No, it's actually, no, it's still lower. It's still lower. Meme coin is still lower. 19 was last week, 17 is this week, and meme coins again. Meme coins is 16 last week and 14 this week. But we still have 4 more days, right? 4 more days to collect the data, and yeah, that's designed to be allocating right now, not to wait until it gets back up. When it gets back up, you probably already missed the bottom. And since it's so low already, it's really really low. I think it is very difficult to have a better opportunity to get into this market than what is presented right was being presented right now. Bitcoin 50-50, last week 50, this week 50 as well. Yeah, but Bitcoin is rising, so of course from week to week is actually having growth, so it's much easier there to maintain it at that score. Let me take a look at live chat. And yeah, okay, let's take a look at my X. What's going on here? That one is silly. New. Connecticut passes law to ban state investment in HB 7082 prohibits the state from accepting, holding, or investing in any virtual currencies. Okay, so this one is the opposite of SBR then. Connecticut is not really innovative, that means. Whales are buying Bitcoin like never seen before. Something is coming big time. That is the chart, right? On CryptoQuant, how whales are accumulating. If that's true, yeah, that is literally like never before. I think that expression describes it well. Shibutoshi Nakamoto, I want to start a quantum computing startup because nobody knows what it is anyway. Yeah, this one's actually funny. Crypto Beast. BlackRock just bought $80.6 million worth of Ethereum. They are buying non-stop. Altcoin season is here. That was 6 hours ago. In they keep buying, and we can see it to a certain extent on the price chart. Most of it, of course, they buy OTC, so off the exchanges. As you see, Ethereum looks really really bullish on the daily. difficult to deny. We have established a new local high. Probably we are in the midst of resolving this bull flag here. I think this is a bull flag. So that would mean we have another, how much? Another around 60% of growth here ahead of us. And another 60% gives us, does give us all-time high? Probably not. No, it does not. But it brings us fairly close. No, it gives us, I mean, no, it can't, no. Because all-time high was 4,863. Yeah. But it brings us fairly close. Fairly close. And we'll see how things are going to go from there. But yeah, so far, as you have seen, I'm in a trade on Ethereum, so now I'm a fan. When I'm in a trade on a coin, I'm a fan. If I'm not, then let it just completely, fall to the floor in the basement, so I can scoop it up at cheap. But yeah, right now I wish Ethereum the best. No, we trade Ethereum for through my systems for quite a number of customers, so that's why I desire it well now. Well, as we telegraphed today, Polygon co-founder Sandeep Nailwall takes over as a CEO. Sandeep is going to be CEO of Polygon. I'm not entirely sure what exactly Polygon is. I haven't checked it. I know I trade Polygon. At least on one of our profit sharings, I trade it, but I never bother to check what that is. Why? Because it doesn't matter. When you're a trader, the asset does not really matter to you. What matters is how volatile it is, and all of cryptocurrencies are volatile enough to be interested in trading it. Breaking House Financial Services Committee passes Clarity Act by 32 to 19 vote, moving major crypto legislation to full House vote. I literally don't know what I have just read. I've got no idea what consequences it has. Not really good with that kind of a talk. Hopefully you guys understood it. Historian Justin Cypherpunk legend Adam Back invests in 10.5 million fundraise for H100 Bitcoin company. To be Sweden's MicroStrategy, massive. Okay. Yeah, that is, I think, the only company in Sweden that has Bitcoin. This one was 14 hours ago, so a little bit outdated. Satoshi Nakamoto now has a net worth of $120 billion. He has been holding Bitcoin for 16 years. Yeah, $120 billion, that's something. But if he wanted to sell it on exchanges, of course, he would have crashed. He would have crashed the price heavily. So that is why you cannot really, you cannot really treat it seriously. In practice, maybe it will be, I don't know, maybe a half of it, $60 billion, if you wanted to sell it without much damage, meaning that without crashing the price to minus 90%. Let's take a look at my bookmarks. I've been bookmarking posts today. Bitcoin Magazine. Everts Pharma becomes first company in Germany to buy Bitcoin for its balance sheet. Congratulations, then. German market is a very conservative type of market. Those guys, they have the very, very difficult with innovation. So for a pharmaceutical company to make such move, quite quite unusual. That's quite unusual. Cointelegraph. Breaking. Trump says trade deal with China is done. Oh, really? That was 6 hours ago. Our deal with China is done, subject to final approval with President Xi and me. Full magnets and any necessary rare earths will be supplied upfront by China. Likewise, we will provide China what was agreed to, including Chinese students using our colleges and universities, which has always been good with me. We are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. Relationship is excellent. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes from here. MicroStrategy director sold 70% of his MSTR holdings last week. But which one is it? Carl Jr. Rickard Rickardsen Carl Jr. I wonder why he sold. Maybe he thinks Bitcoin is oversold already. Trump posts on X. CPI just out, great numbers. Fed should lower 1 full point. Would pay much less interest on debt coming due. So important. Yeah. So as you see, Trump keeps pressing on Jerome Powell to lower rates, on the Federal Reserve to lower rates. That type of atmosphere of how thick the air, how dense the air becomes around them, I think they will have to give up. They will have to surrender to it, and it is highly likely they are going to lower rates. Maybe not 1 full point, but they will lower rates this month. BlackRock buys 3,065 BTC, now holds 666,000 Bitcoin, new all-time high. So yeah, so apparently they are not buying only Ethereum. I know they sold some Bitcoin for Ethereum, but maybe later. I mean, okay, let me rewind. Let me make a step back, because probably here we are talking about their funds, their ETF funds. So those are not really BlackRock's, but their customers. When it comes to their funds that they own themselves and they manage themselves, then probably they rotated into Ethereum. Bitcoin Magazine. Just in, Japanese public company Remix Point announces it bought 50 Bitcoin for 793.9 million yen. They now hold over 925 Bitcoin. Yeah, so Japanese, they also keep buying some of the Japanese corporations. What is also very weird, knowing the Japanese market, those guys, they still use fax machines. This is how outdated they are. So yeah, congrats. Congrats that at least couple of them realized that it could make sense to get some Bitcoin reserve. Huge breaking. Ukraine officially introduces bill to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The country already have 46,000 Bitcoin, massive. Very interesting, because that could help the country in the region to actually do the same. Poland included, so my homeland included, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they will approve it, and it will continue to make impact in the region. Watcher Guru. Justin, CNBC says Bitcoin is primed for a surge to fresh all-time highs above 130,000. Historically speaking, when CNBC says something like that, that's a bad sign. But because of the market conditions right now, very low liquidity, after a very hard first quarter, we are really high, very low liquidity. Those, in my eyes, are conditions that favorite bulls immensely. So I don't think CNBC's black magic here is going to work. They will not be able to crash Bitcoin price as they usually do. A crypto whale opened a $308 million Bitcoin long with 20x leverage. That's probably on hyper liquid. 20x with such a huge amount of money, it must be absolutely insane. Why? Because just a little bit of volatility can wipe you out, even if you are correct about what market is about to do. Look at what just has happened with James Wynn, right? He was longing big Bitcoin. He was actually right, and he lost all of his money. That's why I always convince you guys: do not trade with leverage. It's not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. To stay with spot. You have much stronger position of power on the spot market, and you actually make more money. Why? Because you are not pushed out trade. You are not getting liquidated. Whenever the price retraces, it always has a chance to get back where it was, and you can break even. That's not the case with leveraged market. James Wynn. As predicted, we are now entering phase 4 of the cycle, the parabola mania phase. How high will we go? Who knows? So as you see, he was right and he lost all of the money, right? So that's the lesson for you right there. Okay, okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up because it's getting late. And share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Of course, think about allocating at least something small into my meme coin. And of course, the link to its trading pool or liquidity pool, you will find it in the description section of this live stream. Literally $1, $2 or $3, I think, will do the job. So you don't have to risk much here. I think that's literally one of the best bets you will find around the internet. And if you ignore it, if you fade it, you will be very, very sorry. That one I'm absolutely sure of. So yeah. So other than that, share, like, and subscribe, and I see you guys sometime soon. Cheers.